It was hard. She was in and out of church, and she's always been the one that starts things and never follows through with school, with jobs, very inconsistent. And then when she got married for like a third or fourth time, I remember her husband dragged her to substances and hardcore drugs, and I was living with her, and I knew something was wrong, but I was too young like to know. I remember living with her for 2 years without having electricity at home because she couldn't afford it, and neither her husband. So I spent my childhood from home to home. I felt like a sense of abandonment, and I felt like I wasn't worthy of love. I kept saying, how is she my mom? And she left me, and she chose someone else over her kids. I didn't had a clear picture of love because I didn't feel loved by my mom. So I just went on my own. I feel like I just did whatever a high schooler that's living in the world is doing, like alcohol, partying, staying up late, coming home at 7 in the morning, doing I don't know what. Went from relationship to relationship, I guess looking for that acceptance and that love. I left when I was 21, trying to escape. And I was just back and forth, partying, drinking. I was changing so much in order to be with this guy, to feel love, to feel that someone cared for me. And then when we broke up, I felt again the sense of abandonment, that I'm not worthy. So I went into depression. I was tired and I was hurt. It's been the hardest season in my life. And I knew that I had to seek the Lord with everything I had. I couldn't do it halfway because I've been doing it halfway all my life. I just remember praying, I want to feel love because I don't. And I prayed for friends because I felt alone. I did not know what love meant or what love looked like or how a person that's truly loved feels. And just I wanted to feel him. So I started praying and I said, I want to go to a church. I need to go to a church. Within that first week, I was in bed after a shift and I opened my Instagram, and then the first post that popped up was Elevation Orlando. And I'm like, Elevation Orlando? I didn't even know that there was an Elevation Orlando. Mind you, I was following them. So when I checked the address, I was only 8 minutes away. I went that first time. I think a week passed by, and then the next week I showed up. And that week was when I raised my hand. Everything the pastor preached that day, he was talking to every part of me that was broken. I'm tired of going back and forth. Pastor Peter, when he closes, when he says, if there's anyone that wants to accept Jesus in their heart or come back to Jesus, now is your time. So I raised my hand November 21st. I remember someone next to me hugged me and I just cried my eyes out. And then I kept coming back. I feel like the Lord put in my heart the thought of getting baptized. And I said, I'm not ready. I'm in so much pain. How am I gonna get into a tank and then give my life to Jesus when I'm like in so much pain? The Lord said, I want you broken. I'm like, okay, if you're saying it, then I'm doing it. It changed my life. I feel like I only did one thing and everything changed. I raised my hand and I said, I need you. After I got baptized, I signed up for an e-group and I landed in Pirangela's e-group, which was a healing e-group, and I had no clue it was a healing e-group. And then I started serving in e-kids, and then that's where I met Amanda and then everyone else. I still go back how the Lord worked everything out, it was truly perfection only because He did it. And He knew every area of my life that needed healing and that needed that restoration. And He worked in every single area. So not only He's gonna be with you, He brings in people that you can go to every day or at 4 in the morning, like I did with Angela, to be there with you. I prayed for all of that. A year of sobriety was hard. I feel like you never know how much you struggle with something until you decide that you don't want to do it anymore. You don't deserve that. You don't have to walk into the same footsteps that your parents did. I always remember who I was and how I was when He found me and when I decided to come back home.